Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to a day here at the Upsaw Shop. So today we got us a very rainy day. I'm sure it's raining in a whole lot of places. It's really cold. It's just raining and raining and raining and raining and raining. I swear it ain't gonna stop raining. So as you can tell, my wife bought me this excellent Upsaw Shop decal and we was able to get it put up on our workbench. Looks a little bit more professional, I think. Thank you, babe. So, today, rain shop day, show and tell time. Today I wanted to let's do a video on the difference between open port, closed port, windows, no windows, single, double, whatever, pile of them. Some people, they don't know what all that stuff is, so today this is for the beginners, the entry-level people that just want to know what the heck we're talking about. So I'm going to bring the phone over here. I'm going to sit down and have us a little conversation about some cylinders. Look at a couple differences, why they are the way they are. Without further ado, let's get into this thing. Alright, so I'm going to try my best to let the camera be. Not rock it. Let's talk about this thing. Start out with, as you know, some of the cylinders. You got open port, you got closed port, you got windowed pistons and non-windowed pistons. So, examples. This is a 372 piston. It is a windowless piston. No windows. The windows would be here and here if they were there. Alright? This is a 395 piston. It's one of the big bore pop-ups. This piston has windows. You can see all the way through it. Hence the term windows. We'll get to what they are here in just a second. But windowed piston, non-windowed piston. Cylinders. Let's go with open port to start with. Alright. This is a Poland 2.8 cylinder. I'm going to just grab a light to make this a little easier. This is what you call an open port cylinder. This is a dual open port cylinder. It's got one port, two ports, and they are open all the way up. No dividers on them. Dual open port. This is a Poland 330 cylinder. 330, 3450. This is a quad open port cylinder. It has 4 ports. 1, 2, 3, 4. I always consider the primary the one closest to the exhaust port. I may be wrong in that, but to me, that's just how my brain works. Right, wrong, that's what Dubs does. This is a Poland 505 cylinder. This is a dual closed port. Closed because it's got the divider that closes it off. and it's 2 ports. This is a $395. This is a quad closed transfer system. Some people call them quad loop. Same thing. Alright, 372 quad loop closed. Two on each side. This is a 445 Poland cylinder. It's about the same as a 372. Quad loop closed transfer. Now the one that I find very interesting is the Poland 380. The Poland 380, 365, 3500, some 3450s, Craftsman 3.7. Alright, so these are a quad loop or quad transfer, but is it open or is it closed? I'm sure people would consider it one way or another, but to me it is close the open. This is kind of oddball, and the way the piston is made for this, you'll be able to tell it. I'll bust one out. But it's quad, open and closed at the same time in a sense. I guess depending on how you look at it. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, 6 one way, half a dozen another. So the 380 cylinder that I was talking about, how it's half open, half closed. So this is the piston that goes to the cylinder. To get away from having windows, they put this kind of V shape on the sides of the piston. So when the piston comes down and your transfer charge is trying to force its way up, instead of going in the piston and out of windows to get into the transfers, the piston comes down and the air fuel mix goes up these little channels in the piston. So that's why most time you look at these pistons, these parts will be clean, and this will have a little bit of build up on it, oil residue. So with that, you got to use a piston like this. The quad open 330 cylinder uses a full circle piston. Now the idea behind these, when the piston's going down, compressing the case, these channels actually have a cutout notch in the case. So the charge comes up, goes around and up, kind of just like a 372 does. For this, you could use a windowed piston. It wouldn't make a difference, yay or nay. I've never seen a windowed piston for that style of saw. So, full circle works. Same with the 445 and the 372. They both have a cutout notch in the case for your transfer volume to come up into the bottom of the transfers. So pretty much if the cylinder has a cutout on the bottom, like these, this one, this is not exclusive, but for the most part, this one, the 505, you could use an open windowed piston or a full piston, non-windowed. Now, where you cross the threshold into needing a windowed piston, same with these. They do not have a windowed piston. It's full circle. It's got the cutouts. Transfers a case fed on all these. This one is case fed. It's got a little notch, but this one's just made weird. So 288s, 395s, and I'm sure a whole host of other saws. Steels especially. They are not case fed. You have no openings here for the charge to get in. Now, some of the saws do have a cutout to allow some charge up. That's why a lot of people take these on 395s and cut them down, feather them on out. That way you get more of that case charge coming up. But for these, with the lowers in here, that's where your windowed piston comes into play. So as this piston comes down, it's compressing your case charge. Some of that case charge kind of comes in here. This is exactly how that Poland piston's made. Same little cutout. It doesn't utilize windows. Whereas these, your case builds up pressure under the piston and it's forced to go out of the windows and into the transfer. 288s, 395s. This 505 is made like that as well. Let me grab this old one. That's a new old stock 505 piston. I got one here that we've been playing with though. Demonstration purposes. This ain't nothing scientific. This is me, what I see, what I think, why. And hopefully somebody learns something. Maybe I'll learn something out of the mix. So this 505. And this piston is really wore. So if you put a piston in there and you're able to do this, piston skirts are wore. It's the same. Comes down, compresses the case, your case charge. Like I said, some of it comes here and here, up, because remember we're upside down, so it goes up and out of your upper. What's trapped under the piston gets compressed, and again it's forced through your 2 windows on each side, so 4 windows feeding into here. So that's my take on windowed, open port, closed port, all that good stuff. That's kind of what I've seen. And each saw is different. They got their own unique build characteristics and how they're designed. So you gotta look at it and kind of get a feel for what the air is gonna be doing. And then you use your mind, put a little bit of thought into it to think, how can you make that transfer of air smoother, more efficient? Like I said, that's why a lot of these on the 395s, 288s, they get cut up to make this pocket bigger to capture more of that charge at a single time. Efficiency equals horsepower. Makes everything run smoother. So this 445 cylinder, it actually uses a 372 piston or a 371 piston. This is actually the piston that come out of that saw. It's just 371 piston, single ring. This piston could be cleaned up, buy a new ring for it and run it again, but I already had an OEM one here, so I just popped this one out and popped the other one in. So you can see how the 445 already has the skirts cut. See how far down they're cut? That promotes the air getting in these transfers more efficiently. That's why when you look at builders that do the 372s, we always, most of the time, cut this skirt right here out. Most of the time level with the bottom of the base. Just make you a mark, cut it. And you can see how this one, the 445, you can see the air is just going to go over and be up them dang transfers. You see how that one's kind of got a little knot cast into it. You could smooth that out, make it a little bit more efficient, but that's why the 372 has to work so much harder per se, because that air is trying to squeeze around this and go up, when you can just cut this off and it'll be just like this. So I ain't never really done one of these videos. You guys will have to let me know if you like it. If so, we'll try to get more technical into stuff like this. I enjoy spreading the knowledge that I've learned over the years, and I still enjoy learning. So if anybody's got anything to add about this, feel free to leave it in the comments. So I hope y'all like this video. Maybe somebody learned something that you didn't know. Maybe I told a bunch of crap and jibber jabber that everybody knows. Maybe so, but hopefully this video will find that one person that's wondering why, trying to figure this thing out a little bit. Hopefully I can spread a little bit of knowledge, help y'all out. If y'all like these videos, let me know. Later on we can get down into the concept of flat top piston versus cutting pop-ups versus ordering a pop-up piston versus a domed piston. There's all different kinds. You got dished pistons. I ain't never really seen a dished piston yet in a chainsaw, but I see new stuff every day, so you always get surprised by stuff. Y'all have a great day. Y'all stay warm. It's about to be cold the next few days, rainy. Drive safe. The holidays are coming up. Crazy people's out there on the road. And again, we want to do a giveaway. We're either going to give away the MS-290, the Steel 025, or the Husqvarna 141. Want to probably get that done either Christmas or right after. Want to go ahead and get that to somebody that needs it. And again, if y'all have anybody in mind, please leave it in the comments. Please send me an email at dubsawshop@gmail.com. If you know anybody that needs one, just let me know. Y'all have a great weekend. Or I've been working too many nights. Y'all have a great coming up weekend. Y'all have a Merry Christmas. I'm sure we'll get another video out before then. But we got a little Christmas gathering tonight that we're going to be doing. So we go inside and we're going to get ready to make some snacks and cookies and all kinds of good stuff. I might even video it and get some of that up. Y'all have a good one. Dubs, we out.